Alright guys, welcome back to another LEGO review. Today we're going to be reviewing set 77073, the Fortnite Battle Bus. This is going to retail for $999.99. That was a mouthful. $100. It's going to be 954 pieces with quite an array of minifigures, as you can see. This is pretty much the only playset of the Fortnite wave. We've got quite a few other sets, and they'll be on the screen now, but most of those are like display pieces. This is really the only playset, and I haven't gotten the other sets yet, so I can't make comparisons on the quality of those, but I gotta say, for one of the first playset Fortnite Lego sets, I think this is an outstanding set. We'll get more into that as we go into the set later on. You can see it's just a pretty standard, in the sky battle bus. There's no map or anything, so that would have been a cool Easter egg, I think, but I don't think it takes away. It's just showing the battle bus, and it's just a fun, goofy little thing. Yeah, then you can see, like I said, on the bottom, quite an array of minifigures, especially for $100. I don't make this comparison lightly, but I feel like if this was Star Wars, we would have gotten like 3 or 4. So I really appreciate Fortnite not only giving us quite a few minifigures, but a lot of unique minifigures with unique molds and prints for a lot of these, and I really, really enjoy that. On the back, it's just showing off the play accessories and accessibilities, showing off you can take the ceiling off, you can actually fit all of them in there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you the picture because that's just going to take too long. It's tedious. I don't want to do that. Sorry. And then just showing them falling off, jumping out of the battle bus like you would in the Fortnite Battle Royale game. The first minifigure we're going to go over is Peely, one of the big fan favorites in the Fortnite category of characters and skins. This is a really cool one. I think this is a relatively newer Peely variant. I believe it's called Peely Adventurer or Adventurer Peely, something like that. The mold is obviously really nice, really new. There's nothing underneath. It's just a yellow body, so you don't have to worry about what looks underneath. It just looks like a great Peely. I mean, when it comes to Lego molds, I think Lego pretty much for the most part does a really good job for like the body molds. Like, Chewbacca is a good comparison, or the Ewoks. Some of those molds that you just slip on top of the body piece, I think are really, really good. And this doesn't vary from that at all. It's a great body mold. The leg printing is really nice. There's no arm printing on the side. He does come with a pickaxe, just a standard pickaxe. And he does have a little bit of printing on the back, just says Nana, and just kind of wrapping around the rest of the frontal printing. Overall, a really strong minifigure, especially for a really strong skin from the Fortnite game. The next minifigure we have is Drift. Now, this is a relatively older skin that came out in the first chapter, I believe like season 4 or 5 or somewhere in that area. I'm not an OG, you could say. I started playing around chapter 2, season 2. So anyways, with that being said, this comes with a mold for the head, so like a cover, like a mask, and then a hair piece as well. I don't know if that hair piece is unique. I would like to say it is. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I have never seen it though, and it works perfectly for this. In the game, the earlier tiers of the Drift skin come with just the hair piece, and then as you evolve the skin, he gets the mask and the hood, and there's like some effects that come with it. And it works really nicely that they gave you both. I really appreciate that. For a couple of these skins, they actually did that, where they gave you the mold and then like a hair piece for the underneath when you take off the mask. And I think it's just really, really nice. So I'll show you here with the mold. You can see it works perfectly. In the game, the mask and the hood are different. They couldn't really do that for this. I mean, I don't know how you would even try to work something like that in. So I think this just works perfectly. He does come with a brick-built plunger, as do a couple of these. It's about half and half for the minifigures. A couple of them come with some brick-built items, but most of them come with either a plunger, grappler, or a pickaxe. He came with a grappler. The body art and the leg printing, all pretty good, pretty standard. I think it works really well from the source material in the game. And then one other thing, just a little bit of back printing, nothing much. Again, kind of just matching the details from the front, wrapping around. Overall, a pretty strong minifigure for a character that's a relatively OG skin from the game. The next minifigure we have is the Bright Bomber. This is, again, another classic skin from the Fortnite game. Came out earlier on in the Fortnite Legacy skins. This is pretty good. I like the pink hair. The mold for the hairpiece isn't unique, but the pink hair is, so that's nice. She is double faced. So as you can see, you can have it either way. That's one of the things that's customizable about the skin. That's something I really appreciate about all these minifigures, is they try to iterate the customization part in the Fortnite game and bring it to life in Lego form, and I really enjoy that. The printing on the torso is absolutely amazing. I think they hit it spot on. The leg printing is nice. There's no arm printing. The back printing pretty much matches identical to the front, which it does in the game as well, so there's nothing to be said about that. Overall, another strong minifigure. The next minifigure we have is the Trespasser Elite. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do my homework. I don't know too much about this skin in the game. I've seen it, I've never bought it. It's not one of the ones that I own. But I gotta say, the minifigure is pretty awesome. The headpiece underneath is like this transparent pink with some printing on it, like the cube from the game. So that's really cool, really unique. And the arm printing, the torso printing, the leg printing, all are really awesome. I have seen pictures of it, like I said, in the game. So I gotta say, this is pretty close to the source material. It doesn't vary too far from it. The mold for the helmet looks really awesome. The arm plating, the armor piece is, we've seen it quite a few times. I think it's actually from the Ninjago originally, but it's something that Lego has used many times. He also comes with just a pickaxe as well. And then the back printing is just kind of what you would expect, just kind of wrapping around the rest of the details to make it symmetrical. Overall, again, a strong minifigure. Again, I don't know too much about it from the skin in the game, but I think the minifigure looks fantastic. The next minifigure we have is Raven. This is, again, kind of one of those OG skins from the game. I gotta say, this is one of my more favorite minifigures. The headpiece is just a black head with, you can see like those little eyes, but that's kind of what the skin is. It's like a shadowy with some eyes kind of popping out. The mold of the actual hood, you can see, is a unique mold. I think it is done very well, because in the game, that kind of like the fluff, like the wings, the feathers that are popping out kind of come out from the shoulder, but I think they make it blend in with the mold of the hood very well, so you can't really tell too much. The overall printing, I think, is probably the best. This is a dual molded legs, so I think the legs are probably the best printing of all of these. They've got all around, you can see, even on the side, just great printing. You can see down there. Overall, I think the printing on this one is probably my favorite. I think the purple and the gray really make this minifigure look super strong. Overall, this is probably my favorite minifigure of this set. The next minifigure we have is the Cube Assassin. This is similar to the other minifigure that I mentioned that I didn't actually own in the game, so I don't know it too well, but I have seen it in the item shop a couple times. This is also a really cool headpiece with that transparent pink color and then some printing on top. It's a really cool looking minifigure. He's one of the minifigures that doesn't come with a pickaxe or a grappler. He comes with what we call a big pot or a big shield in the game, so that's really cool. The printing on it is, again, that really cool purple coloring. The printing on the legs are awesome. I mean, they're pretty standard, but I just think Lego really went out and above with the printing on all the minifigures, giving them all really good leg printing and torso printing. And you can see on the back, again, just kind of wrapping around the front printing and kind of making it look symmetrical. Overall, a good minifigure. I'm not too familiar with the source material and the skin. Again, I have seen it, I've seen pictures, seen it in the item shop, but the minifigure, the actual physical form, I think looks really good. The next minifigure we have is Meowscles. This is a pretty awesome character that's, I wouldn't say new, but it's newer than a lot of these other ones. He's a big fan favorite. They've done lots of variations. Even recently in the new chapter, I don't even know what chapter we're on. I just know we're in season 2. You know, I don't even know what we are. It's a remix of chapter 2, season 2. It's called a remix, and there's Meowdus. It's a kind of a remix of Meowscles and Midas. There's just so many variations of Meowscles. He's another fan favorite, kind of like Peely. This is awesome. The headpiece, the mold, I think is spot on. It's a little tiny, especially since this minifigure is in the game a bigger build. Like, the skin is actually bigger than some of the other skins. So they didn't really make that work with these other ones. They all are very similar in size, except for Peely. He's a little bit bigger than all of them. I just thought maybe they would do that with him. They didn't. I don't think it detracts too much from it. I just would have liked to see that put in Lego physical form. But either way, the printing on the legs, printing on the torso, really, really good. He comes with good arm printing. He's one of the few guys in the set that actually has arm printing. It's actually only on the one arm, but it's some of his tattoos that you see in the game. And then he comes with a tail piece that you can just take on and off. You can see if I take it off, you can actually just not have it on, so it's not built in. So that's nice. I don't know why you wouldn't want it on there, but sometimes they kind of make those into molds, like actually part of the legs. So overall, really good minifigure. He's also one of the minifigures that comes with another brick built item. I think it's supposed to be a slurp juice. So I don't know. It's not a mini shield, so, and it's orange. I don't really remember off the top of my head what it could be, but it's from the game. That's all I know. Then we have the Cuddle Team Later. This is another fan favorite, a relatively OG skin, you could say as well. I love the head mold or the helmet mold for the actual Cuddle Team. She also comes with a hair piece, so I'll show you that in a second. You can actually take it off. But the printing, I think, is really, really good. This skin always reminds me of like the Care Bear skin, or not the skin, but the actual Care Bears. I think Fortnite was kind of making a variation of when they made it originally, because back in the first couple of seasons, they didn't really have a lot of skins that were actually from those IPs. They kind of made their variations, like the John Wick, right? Before they actually did add John Wick. I think this is similar to that, where it was kind of like a variation of a Care Bear. So it always reminds me of that. That's just a little bit of a rabbit trail there. It comes with the big pot as well, the big shield, brick built. Again, the printing, torso and legs is pretty good. It even has a little bit there on the foot. And like I said, you can take off the helmet or the mask and put on the hair piece. And then if we turn it around, you can see there's a bit of detailing. Not much, but you know, the little that is needed. And then it's also, you can see, a double-sided face. I didn't think this mated figure needed it, because for the most part, she usually has the mask on. But again, I really appreciate the extra effort Lego put forward to add all of these details and printing. I think it just really shows how much they went above and beyond. Again, another really strong OG skin for Lego to make into minifigure. And then last but not least, we have the most OG skin of all, Jonesy, the default skin. This is a minifigure Lego had to make, obviously. This is a really great minifigure for a skin that kind of had quite a few different variations. I just think this looks overall really good. I don't think they could have done it much differently or much better, to be honest. The torso, leg printing is just good detailing overall. The arms, I really appreciate the dual molded arms. They look really, really good. Then he also comes with that brick built grappler as well. Comes with that blonde yellow hair. And then if we go ahead, switch it to the back, you can see he is also double-sided face, and then has a little bit of printing on the back as well. So overall, another great minifigure in a lineup of awesome minifigures from Lego Fortnite. And then we get into the main build of the set. To be honest, there's not really a lot of like play features and functions. It's a lot of just what you see is what you get, especially on the outside. There's not much to the interior. So we'll kind of go around here. You can see the paneling is just really, really well done. I will say there's a lot of small pieces. I didn't really enjoy putting it all together, especially the windows and then all these tiles. It was a little bit tedious. I think Lego could have definitely made some bigger pieces and molded together. That is probably one of the techniques they use to pipe up that the piece count. But overall, I really enjoy the exterior of this set, the aesthetics. This is going to be one that looks really, really good on your set, on your shelf. And then for kids who play the game or or recognize the game, they're going to recognize this set right away. And I think it's also super important. And then the the balloon part, I think looks really, really good. The stickers, there's a couple of stickers as you can see right here, like the V-Bucks sticker, the Beware Storm sticker right there, and there's a couple more on the exterior, like at the paneling over here, some on the back as well. All that looks really, really good. So from the sides, they're pretty much symmetrical on both sides. The only difference being on the left side or the right side, depending how you look at it, you get the Beware Storm sticker, and like instead of a stop sign on a typical bus, we have that. So that's the only difference on either side. So I'm not going to go over both. We'll go to the front. I think the front looks really, really good. One thing I super appreciated was underneath the hood, if you actually pop it, which they didn't need to do that, there's an engine. It's a just a little bit piece built, like tiling, but the effort to make it look like an engine, I thought was really fun and unique. When I was building it, I was just kind of thinking, I was like, I don't remember an engine being exposed on the battle bus. And then I put on the tile, the cover, and I was like, oh, wow, they just went through the extra effort to make it appear like an engine, which I really thought was cool and fun. It's a small thing like that that just makes you appreciate it. And then you have like the piping. I don't necessarily know what it's exactly called, so I'm just going to say the piping, and then all the extra mirrors as well. And then there's a small sticker on the front there. You might be able to see it or not. It says Battle Bus. Overall, the lights, the mirrors, all of that stuff, the tiling for all of that in this set, I thought was done very, very well. It definitely gives the appearance of a bus, right? And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a battle bus. But sometimes even in game, I think you forget some of the details. And I think Lego will really put an extra effort in to give you all of that. And then kind of from the front view, you can see up a little bit top, you have like the thruster, a radar dish, I believe that's what it is. And then like these blue thrusters to give off the fire that you see kind of powering the balloon. All of that detailing is done really well. And you can see they have like these lines. Again, all the extra detailing looks really, really good. I think if you didn't add those lines, I think some people would even forget those are there. Like I think people will forget the extra details of those being there. And then from the back view, you obviously have the door and then some sticker both on top with the battle bus and then a little bit right here to give an appearance of like a back bus door. So that looks really nice. The tiling for the lights and the studding all around that looks really, really good, standing out. The doors on left and right, I lied, they're not symmetrical. One's a little bit further back, one's a little bit closer to the front. So when I said they're symmetrical, I lied. But other than that, both sides are symmetrical. Again, overall, the outside of the set, the exterior, the aesthetics looks really, really good. All the tiling from, the venting, the slope pieces, the piping, all of these extra details, I think looks really, really good. This is a set that's probably going to stay on my shelf because it looks so stinking good. And so, like I said, there's not much play features or functions. Really, the only thing there is in the interior. So to get in there, you just kind of lift these up. You don't really have to, but you can if you want to. Kind of helps, that way nothing drags. And then you just lift off and you can get inside. And so if you go ahead and look, you can see there's enough seating for all the minifigures that came in this set. There is 7. So I like that they gave the additional minifigures needed to fill the whole bus. There's a little bit of a gap here so people actually jump out. There's no real way of getting minifigures to walk down the aisle, down the lane, down the middle like you would in an actual bus. We've seen that a couple times in some of the Battle Pass trailers, a character walking down the middle. They don't have that. I don't think that really takes too much away from it. Overall, the interior is pretty good, pretty strong, but that's not the main point of it. It's definitely the exterior of the set. Besides that, there is no other really play feature or function for this set. So with all of that coming together, guys, we're going to get to the final review, the final overall review of the set. I got to say, this is a near perfect set for me. This isn't a set is, necessarily meant for kids, but it is in the same time, right? You get a lot of minifigures and a lot of accessories for the minifigures, and the minifigures are outstandish. I think the minifigures are probably the gold point of the set. But even with that being said, the actual build of the set, I think, looks really, really good. It's going to be on shelf for both kids and adults, because adults, this game's now almost 10 years old. So there's plenty of adults who recognize a battle bus and have nostalgia for it and are going to have it on their shelf because they enjoyed the game back in 2019, 2018, right? Back in its heyday. So this is a set that I think is going to have a lot of appreciation from both a younger crowd and an older crowd. With that being said, I think overall, I'm going to give this set a 9.5 out of 10. The only smudge being is a couple of these minifigures could have been replaced, in my opinion. But that's just, hearsay. That's my opinion. I think overall, the minifigures are super good. The build of the set was really fun. And I got to say, on a personal note, I had a lot of fun putting this set together. There was no part that was super frustrating. I know I said that the tiling could be a little bit tedious, and it kind of was, but I put on a TV show, was kind of watching and building at the same time because kind of both sides of the bus were symmetrical. It was an easy build, and when I got to the balloon part and the front part, I really enjoyed all of the extra effort Lego put forward in the detailing and the bricks. So all that being said, like I said, I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. I think the price is well worth the actual set. If you find this set, I definitely recommend buying it, especially if you're a fan of Fortnite. And it's just a really good Lego set in general. If you're a Lego fan, I think you're gonna enjoy this one as well. With all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of the set down in the comments. If you guys liked it, disliked it, let us know what you guys think of our review. If you guys agree, disagree, if there's some things I missed, there usually is. And with all that being said, we'll see you guys in the next one.